Hey everyone, it is Harlan here, and I am so glad that you are joining us for the challenge. The goal here is to provide you with information. I guess I'm stuck with being a teacher. My background is education, and so I want people to understand things. So we're going to go through what can be a very complex topic, and we're going to try and simplify it as much as possible. By the end of this challenge, I expect that your thoughts on hormones will have changed. You will become much more knowledgeable, and you will understand that you are not dealing with a food issue as much you are dealing with a hormone issue. And we're going to talk about foods that enhance or foods that weaken, foods that affect the hormones. Now remember, as we get started, that each video will be up for just over 24 hours to give you a chance to watch it. Not only do we want you to be knowledgeable, but we also want you to take action. And take action starts with watching the videos. We'll make sure that they are long enough so that there's quality information and short enough so it's not an all-day affair that you are committing to. So let's get started. And we're going to start with the most important issue, the most important hormone, and that is insulin. We're going to start by understanding where and how insulin is made. Because for many of you, understanding this, I mean really understanding this, is going to be the key to finding a way out. Insulin is produced by beta cells in the pancreas, which is a gland located behind your stomach. When you eat, especially foods that contain carbs, your blood sugar rises. This increase in blood sugar signals the pancreas to release insulin into the bloodstream. That's a good thing. To put it simply, insulin is the key that unlocks the door to your cells. Once the insulin is released, it helps the sugar or glucose from the bloodstream enter the cells where it can be used for energy. Now, let's talk about how insulin regulates blood sugar. When insulin unlocks the door to your cells, glucose moves from the blood into the cells. Glucose is sugar, of course. This process lowers the blood sugar levels back to a normal range. If you have more glucose than your body needs for immediate energy, insulin helps store it in the liver and muscles as glycogen, potential energy. Now here's the crucial point. When your cells have all the glycogen that they can store, any extra glucose gets converted into fat. And that's why managing your insulin level is absolutely essential for weight control. Higher levels of insulin lead to increased fat storage. Now, where most of us are is insulin resistance. This is the number one factor affecting most people losing weight today. Insulin resistance occurs when your cells start becoming less responsive to insulin. This means the pancreas has to produce more insulin to help glucose enter the cells. And over time, high levels of insulin in the blood can lead to several issues. Weight gain, excess insulin promotes fat storage, increased hunger. Higher insulin levels can make you feel hungrier, leading to overeating. In other words, eating, if you have a hormone problem, doesn't lead to feelings of being full. but can instead make you feel even hungrier. And finally, high levels of insulin in the blood, which we call chronic insulin resistance or metabolic syndrome, can eventually lead to type 2 diabetes, a condition where the body cannot manage blood sugar effectively. And now research is saying that type 2 diabetes is the stepping stone to type 3 diabetes, which is Alzheimer's and dementia. So tackling this problem now, working together, working you and me together, is probably one of the most essential things that you can do for your life right now. Because you have metabolic syndrome, because you are insulin resistant, it makes it much, much harder to lose weight because your body is constantly in fat storage mode instead of fat burning mode. So what does this mean for your weight loss? Well, understanding insulin's role in your body helps you see that simply eating less or exercising more isn't always enough. Beginning to see that it's not your fault. But it is about choosing the right foods and lifestyle habits to help manage your insulin levels effectively. In summary, insulin is like a key that helps your cells use glucose for energy. When your body produces too much insulin due to a high-carb diet or other factors, it leads to fat storage and makes weight loss difficult, if not impossible. On the other hand, managing your insulin levels through diet and lifestyle changes can absolutely support your weight loss efforts. So now that we've covered the basics of how insulin works and its impact on weight loss, let's move on to the types of foods that can benefit or harm insulin production. So I'm going to use a term that we don't talk about very much in the keto community, and that is low glycemic foods. The glycemic index, which sometimes you'll see abbreviated as GI, raises how quickly foods raise your blood sugar level. Foods with a low GI are digested and absorbed more slowly, leading to a gradual rise in blood sugar and insulin levels. So, for example, sugar, which is already to go, is rated at 100 because it rapidly converts into sugar because it's already there. And on the other hand, keto vegetables like spinach and broccoli and berries are low glycemic foods, and therefore these foods help maintain a steady blood sugar level. They prevent spikes and crashes that can lead you to overeating and insulin resistance. Now, fiber is super important. Why? Because fiber slows down digestion and absorption of sugar, and it leads to more stable blood sugar and insulin levels. High fiber diets are associated with insulin sensitivity and helps your body use insulin much more effectively. So a high fiber food might be Brussels sprouts or certain legumes. While not keto, there is a toss-up of what to do, whether or not to have these legumes, such as on the Mediterranean diet, because of their huge benefit, especially in helping clear out your body to lose weight. So while keto will do it, the addition of certain legumes in limited quantities may actually help you get back to where you want to be a lot quicker. Healthy foods, healthy fats and proteins, they help maintain a stable insulin level. They have minimal impact on blood sugar and help keep you full longer, preventing the need for frequent snacking on high-carb foods. So, healthy fats like avocado, nuts, especially almonds and walnuts, seeds such as chia and flaxseed, and oils such as olive oil and coconut oil, these are helpful to you. Lean meats like chicken and turkey, fish like salmon, which has high in omegas and tuna, eggs, dairy products like full-fat Greek yogurt. And these are things, or plant-based proteins, such as tofu. These include a mix of healthy fats and proteins. So this will help stabilize your blood sugar levels and reduce the insulin spikes that lead to fat storage. So what we want to do ideally is combine these three types of food: low GI foods, fiber foods, healthy fats and proteins. And that should be our idea of balancing. So, for example, a balanced meal might include some grilled chicken, some broccoli, or a variety of vegetables such as asparagus, which also contain fiber. And what should you dress them with? Salad dressings such as olive oil or apple cider vinegar and lemon juice, all mixed together in whatever format works best for you. Start planning your meal around these foods, and we'll go into that. Of course, stay hydrated throughout the day. All right, that's what helps insulin. What harms insulin? Well, high glycemic foods, sugary snacks like candy and pastries, white bread, white rice, and processed cereals. When people fall off the wagon, you never hear them falling off the wagon on tofu, right? Like, oh my gosh, in the middle of the night, I got up and I went to my refrigerator and I ate a whole thing of tofu, right? You don't hear that. It's like I polished off the Ben & Jerry's and the potato chips. I have yet to hear the tofu one. Like, oh, Harlan, what am I going to do? There was leftover broccoli from dinner and it was the middle of the night and I was so upset. I went and I ate all that broccoli. Doesn't happen. In my 6 years of helping people lose weight with keto, I have never had that someone come forward to me and say, please forgive me. I got up in the middle of the night and I ate the leftover cauliflower rice. That's not what happens. When you eat these high glycemic foods, your blood sugar levels spike quickly. It surges insulin production. This leads to energy crashes, to more hunger, and makes it much harder to control your appetite and your weight. Sugary drinks and snacks are particularly harmful to insulin production. I, for one, would love to see a class action lawsuit against the soft drink manufacturers for significantly contributing to the obesity problem. These have high levels of added sugars that are rapidly absorbed into the bloodstream, causing significant spikes. Examples of sugary drinks: soda, fruit juice with added sugar, energy drinks, sweetened teas, and then snacks, candy bars, cookies, cakes, pastries. These foods and beverages can lead to increased fat storage, particularly around the abdomen, and contribute to the development of insulin resistance over time. Refined carbohydrates are another category of foods that can harm your insulin production. These foods lack any benefit to you. There's no fiber, there are no essential nutrients, Therefore, it leads to quick digestion and absorption, and it spikes your blood sugar levels. White bread, white rice, pasta made from refined flour, and many processed snacks like chips or crackers. Consuming refined carbs frequently leads to insulin spikes and contributes to insulin resistance, making it harder to lose weight. Well, these foods, the high GI foods, the sugary drinks and snacks, and the refined carbohydrates, increase your fat storage, they raise insulin resistance, and they increase your hunger and cravings. Make sure you're reading the labels. Make sure you are avoiding these grains. Make sure you are avoiding these sugary drinks, and find healthy alternatives instead. Now, we've talked about having balanced meals, but now we need to talk about the role of exercise. Physical activity helps improve insulin sensitivity, meaning your body can use insulin more effectively. Here are some types of exercises that are beneficial. Aerobic, like walking, running, cycling, swimming. They help lower your blood sugar levels and improve your insulin sensitivity. Strength training, like lifting weights or doing body weight exercises like push-ups or squats. They help build muscle, which can increase insulin sensitivity. You should check out our own Just 4 Minutes or effortless exercise, depending on the condition that you are in. But absolutely, using exercise, regular exercise, will help balance your insulin. And then another strategy that works for managing insulin level, actually surprised to find this, is mindful eating. It's paying full attention to the experience of eating and listening to your body's hunger and fullness cues. And yes, as you slow your eating down and you begin to think about your food, it prevents overeating. You'll notice when you are full, and it reduces your stress. Avoid distractions. Eat slowly. Listen to your body. Now, here's something that you absolutely would not think should be in any kind of a presentation about hormones or insulin. And that is meditation. No, you're not sitting there in silence like a Buddha. This has nothing to do with any religion or all religions or whatever. It's a practice that just calms your mind and your body, and it reduces stress levels. One of the primary hormones affected by stress is cortisol. It's often called the stress hormone. High cortisol levels lead to insulin resistance. Yep, your stress is making you overweight, which makes it harder to use insulin effectively. Meaning, by reducing cortisol, meditation helps improve your insulin sensitivity and balance other hormones related to stress and metabolism. Yes, you're going to be hearing this frequently over the week, is that your answer to weight loss and to changing your hormones could actually depend on meditation. Scientifically, it's been proven that it improves insulin sensitivity. Scientifically, it's been proven that it reduces stress. And scientifically, it is proven that it reduces overall hormone balance and a general sense of well-being, which helps balance a variety of hormones, including insulin, cortisol, and more. Scientific evidence shows that mindful practices, including meditation, improve metabolic health, lower stress levels, and better hormonal balance. So when you hear about meditation, don't go, oh, that's for some crazy person who wants to go off and sit under a tree and meditate in silence. No. It's something that could change your life. Did you learn something? I hope you did. Share one new thing you learned in the comments below. Thanks for listening. Remember, this will be up for 24 hours and then it will be removed. I'll see you tomorrow.